And welcome back to the FNCS Global Championship. We just wrapped up game number 10. Only 2 remain before global champions are crowned. To say this last game was chaotic, I feel is almost like an understatement.
Yeah, that was chaos in its finest form right there. Our 2 biggest teams going down relatively early, although still getting those placement points, probably still holding themselves up in the top of the leaderboard. But big shout outs to Dukes and Sphinx. We've seen some great performances from them, but Bryce and Bolt with the win there. I mean, we saw it from Global Championships 2023. Bryce getting that 6th place with Chubbs. Now, bringing it back again to show how well he can perform on the big stage.
Yeah, I mean, they said it right there. They have the perfect partnership. They have the best IGL, the best fragger in their opinion, and they think they are the best duo, which is, of course, what we got to see in this game right here. They're a little bit lower down on the leaderboards, too, so this is what the second day can do. That 1.5x points can really boost them up in the standings, which I'm sure we'll take a look at very soon. But it's this moment right here where Bryce goes down. Bolts, of course, had to pop that med kit, and Dukes just couldn't get inside of that box because he placed all of those armored walls. What a great strategy, and ultimately, it was because he had more med kits at his disposal.
Such a smart play, and it's also a bit of a risky play, right? Because you don't know what is in Dukes' loadout there. You don't know if he has the medkits. You just have to make that call. And a lot of the times we see these low ground teams, when it does come down to a heal off, kind of scour the low ground there, trying to find the medkits. But he says, no, I have to believe this is my chance. I'm not giving the high ground team a chance to drop down and eliminate me. I'm going for the heal off. Yeah,
you just have to commit, right? That's a great point, because like obviously as viewers, we have all of the information, right? We can kind of see everyone's healths and everything, but the players can't, right? They're just going, they're down below me, commit, health, the med kit. We don't have another choice. This is the only health I have, right? So very interesting to see. Let's take a look at our leaderboard with only 2 games left. How are things going? Peterbot, Pollo, still holding on, especially after that last game. What I found very interesting about Peterbot and Pollo in that game, they started the game with bunker, right? But yet, most of the game, they were just shambles.
Yeah, we saw how deep into the storm that they had to go for that bunker. And when that happens and you have to do a big rotate, they're landing over the raft, and it was a southeastern zone. And then by staying in the storm to get that bunker, you just have so much potential to sacrifice, especially when people are paying attention to all those outside teams going for those tags. You just have to use mats, and you're going to have to use your heals a little early in that situation. Yeah, the casters mentioned it as well. They made a more quick south rotation, of course, within that very first zone to take out the OCE team down there that took out Venno and Clicks, and I think they didn't get the forecast tower there either, so they were always back in the storm. They didn't know where that next zone was going to be, so they couldn't plan ahead. And we've kind of seen that a lot throughout the day and the whole weekend, I guess, with Peterbot and Pollo. They haven't necessarily looked like the most healthy team, the most stacked team at all circumstances and all situations, but they have the fragging power, they have the ability to pull themselves out of that situation, and that's what makes this team so great. Absolutely. We saw there in a moment, Thomas HD jumps into a box, making the maddest play I think I've ever seen. What's interesting about this duo, right? Earlier on in the game, around 4th zone, they're sitting 700 above. Yeah. And then we go into like 7th zone, they're 400 above. And then kind of running out of steam as far as like maps are concerned. Yeah, I mean, look at this, just 3 builds available to them, unfortunately jumping into that box. It was possible that Thomas HD thought that it could have been a solo, but Queasy, once again, just with that solo clutch, even though he wasn't able to get too much besides the elimination and an 11th place finish, that still adds up, Mini. Yeah, it does. I mean, it was a similar situation to earlier on where he actually left the body in the storm. He couldn't get the heals and the materials and stuff that was on that body earlier. He went for it this game. He tried it. He saw those chug smashes, which of course can heal your whites, and he tried to go for it. Wasn't quite enough there at the end, but again, a nice game. Of course, Peterbot and Pollo there got 17th